to the 12th edition of our Digital Health and Wellness Summit here in Barcelona. It's great to be back. I'm already exhausted, and some of you might be as well. But the reality is that this year is very important for us as the ECH Alliance. So my name is Brian O'Connor. I just want to take a couple of minutes of your time to talk to you about an update of where we are. Many of you I know, and I've met you just in the last few minutes again, have been regular participants in our events. Andy and Caro, who will take over shortly, have engaged with you almost on a weekly, daily basis. From my point of view, I just want to explain that where we have been, where we are now. You've seen the video. Videos are easy to make. I make all sorts of claims. I just want to tell you a couple of key points from my perspective. When COVID hit those years ago, and so many people died, it also changed the way we all do business. Up to then, I had used Skype, which I see is now disappearing. Then we moved on to Teams and Zoom. Then, of course, we became only Zoom and Teams. So we didn't meet in person. Strangely enough, as many of you will know, COVID in its own way was a wake-up call for the world and for us and our sector. So we have to adapt. We adapted by going global. You'll have seen mention there of events we have around the world. These are not just events we pick out of the air, because there are hundreds, if not thousands of them. We do this with trusted, respected partners who understand their country or their continent better than we ever could. We select them, we curate them, we really are very particular about who gets on that list. So I get 4 or 5 emails a week asking, I've got this event, can it become a flagship event? And I say, who are you? Because there's no point in us trying to deliver something for you which is no quality, no checking, no anything. So we're very jealous of the flagship events we have around the world. And we will add to them, but with care and with caution. What I'd like to say is this: we are an organisation which depends on members, depends on projects, etc., to bring in income. My view is we as an organisation do not sell enough. There's almost an embarrassment. Some of you are not-for-profit organisations, so are we. But the reality is, once you say we're a not-for-profit organisation, there is an assumption that you're not selling anything. So I want to change that this morning. I am, by my nature, a salesman, and I make no apology for that. What we're selling has real value, which we want to share with you. To do that, we need contracts, sponsorship, etc. We do it in a very nice, kind way, but I want you to understand that to sustain an organisation like us, what we find is that more and more people are coming to us saying, in addition to being a member, what else can you do for me? We've had a lot of people now wanting to go to these events around the world because they don't know which events to go to which are relevant. We have curated those and present them to you. We also do a lot of work, as some of you and some of our partners are here, on our EU projects, on our funding around the world with Africa, India, Australia, Singapore, and so on. So you should be looking at participating in those, because not only is there income for someone like ourselves, but there's income for you as well. I know we have here today a lot of our ecosystems, and you're very welcome. These ecosystems form this 85 strong ecosystem network, which is both an implementation network and an intelligence network. We know more about what goes on in many countries than many of the large institutions. Not to give them a hard time, but very often these are institutions based in a country and they give out money, but they don't necessarily reach the parts that we can reach on the ground. So in terms of local knowledge, regional knowledge, continent knowledge, we do have a significant offer to make. So first, I want to thank you for coming today. Second, I do think you'll find that the agenda today is not your normal agenda. We all go to lots of events. I've made a decision years ago. I will not go to an event simply to meet the same people, to talk about the same things, and the only thing you ever agree on is to meet again and do exactly the same. Why would anyone do that? I did it for the first year or two till I woke up, and I'm sure many of you go, oh God. So we've met, where are we meeting next? That's not the point. What are we doing? What are we implementing? So our message to you today is this: you're welcome, particularly our members, our ecosystem members, our council members, our ambassadors from around the world, who you'll meet during the day. But the key message is we need to collaborate. The world is a strange place at the moment. I'll use that word strange and leave it at that. Reality is it's upended our thinking, the way things are done. Every crisis, as we know, is an opportunity. We see the chaos as being a fundamental value that we have to look at that, understand it, not just spend our time saying it's ridiculous, it shouldn't be happening. It's happening, so get used to it. That doesn't mean there are no opportunities. There are numerous opportunities. So we need your help to join us, to work with us, and above all, to genuinely participate and give us your input so we don't go off on the wrong roads. So the good thing about being the chairman of a company is you can delegate. So I'm about to delegate the rest of the day. I will be here, but the rest of the day to the people who really run the business. And I'm going to introduce two of them now. One is Andy Bleedon, who most of you know, A, because he's tall, B, because he keeps getting, sorry about that, you probably heard him say handsome. He does this once a week at least, and we ignore him. But nevertheless, Andy runs our communities. He'll explain what he does. Vital part of our infrastructure, our ecosystem network. Secondly, Carolina, or Caro as we call her, who is our innovation director, and again, key member of our executive team. So thank you for listening, passing you on to these people, and they will absolutely take you through the day. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And yeah, Mayor Corcoran said, welcome to today. It's going to be a full-on day with lots and lots of panels. Okay? We can get a microphone on, be good? Okay, I'll try a different microphone. Even better. Are we on? Yes, we are. So, lots of panels. What we're trying to do today is bring you a global picture. Okay? This isn't just about Spain. This isn't just about Barcelona. We're trying to bring a global picture on globally important topics within health. AI, data management, also women's health and mental health. So we'll be hearing from our members, and there's plenty of them here in the audience today. I can see members from the UK, from Australia, and from Africa, and also from India as well. And you're most welcome, because we're trying to bring a global view. As the global health connector, that's our role. Because we're trying to see what happens and bring the best practice from different countries, from different ecosystems, from different members, from our programs and projects and our partners, from around the globe, on topics that we think matter. We'll be asking for you for some of your involvement and engagement during the day, various polls and Mentimeters, just to keep you busy and on your toes. But we're bringing excellence from Estonia, also from Oulu in Finland, also from the UK. We'll be bringing the best, I think, in show from some of our academic organisations, as well as some of our companies that are leading the way across the ECH Alliance, across that network, as Brian said, of over 80 plus ecosystems. We've just opened up our second ecosystem, for instance, in Lithuania. We're expanding across the USA and opening up in Africa. So if you're interested in getting involved with that, come and see me, the big tall guy, throughout the day. Scan in the codes when you see them on the screen. But if you want to find out about how you can get involved, because that's for me is important with these events, it's the so what question. What can I do to make a difference? Because as Brian said, if we just go to these and do the same old stuff year after year, there's not a lot of point. I'm going to hand over to my colleague, Caro. Please.